Welcome to the town of Gruyères. I gotta say, this is pretty nice. So we're gonna do a quick spin. For those who have 360-degree controls, you can do this on your own. It's today's hike, and right behind me right now is the center square, is of the town of Gruyères. And this is the namesake for the cheese. Over here to the left of me is the main castle. There's going to be a museum there. We'll take a tour of cheese. And what you can't see behind this wall here are the mountains. And they're the real deal Alps behind here. Gruyères is part of Freiburg, which is just sort of west and south of Bern. So this town is right entering into the mountains that are the Bernese Oberland. To the east and to the west are the high mountains coming off of Lake Genf or Lake Geneva. And you know, this is what makes this place unique, because the alpine florals and faunas that the cows eat are what make the cow's milk unique in flavor and are the basis for the Gruyère cheese. In my hand, in case you're wondering, is what's left of my meringue with cream of Gruyère, and it lives up to its name. You can see the rolling hills here behind me. This goes north, and these rolling hills are spotted with, you can see some church steeples in the distance. They're spotted with the small medieval towns that made up the Freiburg area. And you can see why this land has so much human history and why there were battles around it, because this is extremely livable land. And whether you're farming or with livestock, these rolling hills are ripe with all the nutrients and resources that a town would need. Also, putting a castle on top of a hill gives you a line of sight, so it's somewhat defendable. Just pretty amazing. And this area, of course, is cheese production goes back at least 1,000 years. They've got solid documentation going back to the building of the castle here, which was in the 1200s. And after that period of time, this area, the wealth came from the cheese barons. So there was a whole string of career and money to be made off of making cheese. And what I learned was that the cheese trade coming out of here in the Middle Ages would go through the mountains on a horse to Lake Geneva, and then sail down Lake Geneva to the city of Lake Geneva. It would then jump on a riverboat and sail down the Rhone River into France, and Lyon, for much of this period of time, was the trade center. And so this cheese, for the most part, went all the way down into France and through Lyon to be traded around Europe. And that's how the wealth of Freiburg came to be. So here's a little history. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome from the town of Gruyères. You can see some mountains all around. Make sure you use your 360-degree controls. Gruyères Castle is behind you, in front of me. This is the main square, and all the shops are open. It's a Sunday, and it's April, so mostly everything opens in May. Seen a lot of photos with flowers around the drinking fountain there. Boy, spin around. This is just a beautiful town. So this town goes back to the 1200s, and a lot of history here. Hopefully I'll be able to get into a corner, talk a little longer, and not have so many people around. But like I say, the shops are open, and everybody has cheese. And looks like some ice cream in front of me. So this is definitely a tourist town, and the train is pretty easy to take. There are a lot of parking lots here as well, and so it's open for business. all the tours. There's a museum in the castle. I've already been on one cheese tour, and I assume there's many others that I haven't hit yet. The Cahiers chocolate factory is also right outside of town, so there are a lot of things to do here as the bells go off. You can see what time it is.